Enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation Show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
The time is here, the time is now. So pick up and put on your crown. Goodbye to yesterday. Welcome to life eternal.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. And welcome to the best show ever, the Get High on Motivation Show. So go ahead and share this with somebody before we even get started. But if you got to wait until you get the juice, I'm cool with that. So let me go on and get started pouring into you today. I am Mimi the Motivator. I am a professional holistic leadership development expert, which just means that I help you in your mind, your body, your spirit, and your finances because you are a whole person. And I believe that the whole parts of you need to be cared for, loved for, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we do here. We get together every single week so we can become 1% better in just one area of our life every day, because baby steps will get us there. Food for thought today is coming from this book. I have not started the book, y'all, so don't be asking me no questions. But it is called Life Visioning by Michael Bernard Beckwith. This food for thought really struck me today, and it kind of ties into our conversation today, because today we're going to be talking about if you really have space for what it is that you want and desire or would like to have. So what Michael Beckwith says is when your thoughts and your actions begin to align with the imperatives of your soul, you enroll full support of the universe. I know it's a lot, so let me give it back to you one more time. When your thoughts and actions begin to align with your imperatives of your soul, you enroll the whole support, or the full support of the universe. I guess I just thinking the whole universe has got your back. As soon as you get in alignment with yourself, it's not about getting other people on board. It's about getting you on board, getting your mind and your spirit on the same page. Because sometimes our mind is going one direction where our spirit is really calling us in a different direction. It might even be a little scary. But they're not on the same page. And because they're not on accord, then our actions are kind of like all over the place. So what happens when we get our mind, our body, and our actions together? When we get our mind, our spirit, and our actions together? When we get our thoughts and our words and actions in alignment with what is calling us? Okay, because that's what's happening. All of us were born with a certain something. And I don't care what you do, how old you are, there is something that has always been on your mind. Unless you're one of those brave souls already out here building your dreams and your visions and working on your craft and all that good stuff. But for the rest of us, we are trying to figure things out. We're probably wondering why things aren't working out for us. But I think this is the key. This is the solution. This is why things may or may not be working out for us the way that they really could be working for us. When your thoughts and your actions begin to align, begin. It didn't say that they had to be fully in alignment, but it says when we get our thoughts and actions, when they begin to align with the imperatives of our soul. So just get started. And as soon as you get started getting in alignment, the universe is going to show up like an army, like a navy, surrounding you, providing everything that you need. But you got to trust that. But first and foremost, you got to take the first step. You have to do the 1%. Stop waiting on somebody else to do it for you. Stop waiting on the universe. Yes, I do understand we put our desires out there. We set our intentions, but we still have to prove that what we are asking for or expecting to receive, that it's true to us. And how we know that is when we start taking action towards it. Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm having a download right now. It's like, I feel like today's show is about to be escalated beyond what I thought we were going to talk about. So are you ready for this conversation? Because I'm ready for the conversation. So if you are with me live, go on and drop something in the chat box and let me know that you're ready. Type ready. We ready. We ready. Abraham Hicks always talks about being ready or getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. And I think it's very much in alignment with today's conversation. I hear so many people expressing their desires for what it is they desire. They want to have this relationship. They want a new job. They want to build this successful business. They want all these things. But the question is, have they created space for it? Have you created space for what you desire? Have I created space? We do this spring cleaning in our homes a lot of times where we go through and clean stuff that we haven't cleaned in a long time. We getting the cobwebs out. We doing some organizing. There's cobwebs in your mind. There's probably cobwebs in your spirit. What if we did some spring cleaning of the self? Because we have to make space for what we desire. And that's what we're talking about today is, what does that even mean? And how do we make it happen? How do we create space for what we desire? So what I want to do is break it down into the different areas of life. So how do we create space physically? That's the easiest one. If you knew that you were about to be blessed with some new furniture, then more than likely you're going to go ahead and clear out the old furniture. You're not going to wait till the delivery guys come with the new stuff and bring the new stuff in and try to fit the new stuff in with the old stuff. I mean, how big is your house? And how comfortable would it really be if we had all that we've been having and some new stuff too? Do you really need 2 couches? Did you need 2 refrigerators? Would you need 2 beds in your bedroom, or would you get rid of the old bed or the old mattresses and bring in the new? So if we are desiring something new in our life, you got to let go of the old stuff. I'm so grateful for the guy that my best friend dates, because he told her, honey, let go of some of those old clothes, throw away some of those old shoes. You got to make space so you can get some new stuff. I was like, yes. I'm so glad that he said that, because it was so true. It was so on point. You holding on to all those clothes that either 1, you can't fit. 2, it just got some sentimental value because somebody bought it for you. Or 3, you think one day you're going to be that size again, or one day you're just going to be that size in general. I'm guilty too. I got some clothes that I swear I'm going to grow in. I'm going to grow up and fill them out one day. It hasn't happened yet. I need to let that stuff go. Stuff still with price tags on it. Somebody else can be enjoying these beautiful clothes. Clear out the space. That's what we have to do. We have to make space for whatever it is that we desire. What would you like to add into your life on the physical plane? And really sit down and think, do you have the space to receive it? You desiring a new car, but I bet you holding on to that clunker bunker. Yeah, that clunker bunker might be, it might be a Mercedes, or it might be an Acura, or it might be something like that. And so you're trying to hold on to it because you think it got value, but you know that thing is burning your pockets. It's burning through gas. It's burning through oil. It's leaking and stuff. Let it go. Let it go. And go get something new. Because you deserve it, first and foremost. Because you desire it. And whatever you desire, you deserve. It's not by happenstance that you desire what you desire. It is a reason you desire. That desire was planted in you to make you strive and make you to work towards something. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't even get out of the bed, or you'll get out of the bed with some kind of lackluster attitude, barely doing your job, barely showing up in your relationships, barely showing up for yourself. Got me thinking. So how else can we create space? Well, we need to create space mentally, definitely. How can you create space mentally, though? What does that look like for you? What it looks like for me, taking out a pen, taking out some paper, and writing down a forgiveness list. Because when we're holding on to all that unforgiveness, all those grudges, and all that stuff, all the emotion, we carry it everywhere we go. Everywhere. We carry it in our bodies. My yogis know that. They'll tell you that your emotions are stored in your body. Your experiences are stored in your body, in your muscle. Muscle memory isn't just for, lifting weights or holding a certain pose. We have muscle memory of the experiences from our past. So we have to let that stuff go. Stop holding on to it. I wish I could cuss y'all, but y'all know I try to be family friendly around here. But think about it, man. What are you holding on to? What junk are you holding on to mentally? What thoughts? What stories are you playing over and over? Let it go. Stop telling the story. Replace it with a new story. And you can't replace it with a new story until you let the old story go, which goes back to we gotta make space. Are you making space for what you desire? Do you have the mental capacity to even start this new business? Or is your brain bogged down with the 9 to 5? Is your brain bogged down with people who didn't succeed and you worrying about their lack of success and wondering, will it determine your level of success? No. You are your own person, and life is a singular journey. So it's up to you to make the mental space for whatever it is that you want to think about. If you want to have more happy thoughts, let them old nasty thoughts go. Come on. Make space. So the other area that we need to make space for is financially, because we talk about money around here. We ain't trying to just be broke out here. What does that mean to make space financially? One, it might mean stop going out to eat all the time. So that way you can have the money to go buy that piece of property that you've been looking at, because it's that simple. Think about how much money you've spent recently on dining out. And if you don't eat out a whole lot, okay, I'll bear with you. But just consider how much does a hamburger cost at a sit-down restaurant and how much it would cost you to make a hamburger at home. Oh, well, my hamburger doesn't taste as good. Well, then watch a YouTube video and get a recipe. There are no excuses. We have to eliminate excuses so that way we can make room for success. Eliminate distractions so we can make room for results. Ooh, I'm telling you, I told y'all this is going somewhere. I didn't even think like this. But partially what I'm also thinking, when I think about making space financially, I think about having a budget. If you want to make a certain amount of money a month or a year or a week or a day, you need to already decide, what are you going to do with these funds? How are you going to allocate them? What bills are you going to pay? What investments are you going to make? How much are you going to save? How much are you going to contribute and give away? You got to have the plan now. You can't wait for the money to show up, because if it shows up and you're not prepared and you don't have a plan, then that's how the money ends up all in the places that ain't got no business belonging in. You sitting back with a bill, or you looking at what's left over and it's not that much and you still haven't even done what you really wanted to do. Make space financially by having a budget. If you are a business owner, make space by having financial projections. And if you are not capable or don't feel comfortable doing your own financial projections, there's software, there's templates, there's people you can pay. I'm sure there's somebody on Fiverr that'll do it for $5. Make it happen. Eliminate the excuses. Eliminate the scapegoats, eliminate the reasons and all of that, because excuses don't buy no bread, baby child. So it's time for you to start making space financially for that wealth that you are desiring. Even making space financially is creating the wealth mindset. That's why people win the lottery and then they go back broke, because they never had the mindset. They never had the real capacity to hold the money. Yeah, you got the bank account, but do you got the mindset to hold the money? Do you have the character to hold the money? Do you have the plan of where the money is going to go? Do you already know what charitable organizations you want to donate to? Do you want to give back to your grandmama church? It don't matter. But you need to know now, what cars do you want to buy? In what cities or countries would you like to have a home? All these things are possible. They are financially possible. I don't care what your finances say right now. I don't care what your finances said in the past. I don't care if you don't come from money and everybody in your family is broke. So what? That has nothing to do with you. Make space financially for what it is that you desire so it can show up. Next on my list is emotionally. We kind of already touched on this. I talked about forgiveness. Forgiveness definitely opens us up emotionally to receive more love. Some of us don't have any space to receive love because all we're harboring is hate. We're harboring old past junk. We're repeating the same stuff over and over, which is rehashing that same emotional baggage. Every time you tell the story about the ex that really pissed you off, you're feeling pissed off again. Stop. If you can tell that story without being pissed off, then go ahead, tell the story. And you can say, oh, how much this person was a jerk and undeserving and whatnot, but you realize that you allowed it to happen. That's creating space when you take accountability and responsibility for the situations you have created, for the relationships that you are co-creating currently. All this is within our power, love bugs. We are master manifestors. We're not just some little weak human being things. No, we are powerful beings. We are spirits having a human experience. And part of that human experience is dealing with emotions. Learning some emotional intelligence will create more space to have love and to have positive experiences. Letting go of the fear will create more space for love. We only operate from fear or love. Fear or faith, call it what you want. When we start operating less from fear, that creates more space for us, or opportunity for us to operate from love, to speak from love, to think from love, to act in a place of love and not from a place of fear. So I don't want to run out of time. Let's keep on pushing because I got some tips for you as well. So let's talk about romantically, because I think this one is coming up all across. You know, it's cuffing season, y'all. So in the spirit of cuffing season, let's talk about making space romantically. How many of us are still holding on to our ex? Now, we might not talk to them every day, but we still have a little thought in the back of our head, like, what if we could really work it out? What if we could get back together? How about you worry about what's working right here and right now and looking forward and knowing that if you let that boo go, that a new boo that has all the bells and whistles that you've been waiting for and hoping for can show up. But if you dating Tom, Dick, and Harry and Susie too, there's no space. If you haven't even figured out what type of romantic relationship that you desire to be a part of, you haven't created space. You have to identify what it is that you desire. You have to identify what it is that you are seeking. So that way, when you see it, you know it. What are you looking for in a partner? What kind of experiences? I ain't talking about that outer package stuff. Are you looking for someone to support you? Are you looking for someone who will support your dreams and your vision? Or are you looking for somebody who will stay their nose out of your business and let you handle your own business while they're handling theirs? We have to know these things because the clearer we get on what it is that we desire, it makes it even more possible for it to manifest. So do you have the space for the man or woman or the couple of your dreams to come into play? Do you have the space for the polyamorous relationship that you really desire? Are you even comfortable with saying it out loud that that's what you really want? Or that maybe that you desire the same sex, even though you've been dating the opposite sex since forever because you thought it was the right thing to do, but it didn't feel good. Create space for you to be you in your relationship. Create space for you and your partner to create your own monogamy. Don't allow society, your friends, your family, or anybody to dictate what's going on in your relationship. You dictate that. You decide what's going to happen in your relationship, and then you create space for it. And we create space by having conversations. Be willing to have rough and tough conversations with your partners. And if they're not willing to have the conversation, either one, yeah, you can call me and book a session. We do couple sessions. Or two, it's time to open yourself up for the new boo. And that's okay. I know it's going to be hard. We'll have to mourn a little bit. We'll have to go through some processes. But that is part of creating that space. Creating the space mentally. Creating the space emotionally. Even possibly creating the spaces financially for the new boo. Because if you got to keep on worrying about this, worrying about that, like I know some people who are still married. And I think they're avoiding paying the divorce costs. But it's only prolonging it. And what if the costs go up? And next year it costs twice as much as it cost this year. And now you won't have the money to take the new boo on a trip. We got to think about all these things. I know it sounds far-fetched, but it is the truth. At the end of the day, we have to create space for what we desire. If you are desiring to build a business or start a new business, you have to create space in your calendar, on your schedule. Because it's not like you've probably been sitting around with nothing to do. And that's why, maybe I'll start a business now. No. So you have to create space on the calendar. When are you going to start working on your side hustle? So that way soon your side hustle can replace your 9 to 5. There's so much opportunity available to us out here, love bugs. We just have to step into it. We have to open ourselves to receive it. So let's talk about that. Now that we have created space to receive what we desire, what is the next step? The next step is to place yourself in a state of allowing. You don't receive anything unless you're in a state of allowing. Nobody can give you anything if you don't allow them to. They can leave it at your door, but you never have to bring it in. So now that we've created the space, we got to create the allowingness, the willingness to trust that everything is always going to work out for us. The willingness to trust that whatever it is that we desire will show up, that or something better. When you start creating this willingness, it's going to fill the space that you created to manifest. Your manifestation power is in your hands. Your manifestation power is in your mind. Your manifestation power is in your spirit. Tap in. Tap in. Tap into your desires, because whatever you desire, you deserve. Whatever you desire, desires you. Your manifestations already belong to you. You just have not opened up the space for it to show up. Trust and believe. I know that's why it's not here yet. You keep hoping and praying and wishing and meditating and affirmating and writing down and burning candles. Come on. You don't even believe. You don't even believe that what you desire can even be true for you. I know. It's okay. But today I want to encourage you in the area of being 1% better is to have 1% more belief that what you desire already exists. Invest your 1% into believing that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are enough. Say it to yourself, I am enough. You are enough to start the business. You are enough to be in the relationship. You are enough to be loved. You are enough to have whatever it is that you desire. You are enough right here, right now. There's no work that needs to be done except for you believing that it's true. That it's true for you. It's true for me. It's true for everyone that we know. I don't care who they are. And don't try to take that from anybody. Today, our goal is to create space for what we desire. So that way it can show up for us, and hopefully in a big grandiose form that more than what we were expecting. How would that feel if your goals, your financial goals were exceeded just because you set the goal and started working towards it, because you created the space? So love bug, what is it that you would like to create space for now that you know that that's all you have to do? I'm very curious. Send me a message and let me know, what are you creating space for? What are you creating space for this month? What are you creating space for this season? What are you creating space for this year? Because the year still got plenty to go. So I don't care what has happened in the last several months. We have so much more awaiting us. There's so much space awaiting us to fill with our creations, with our manifestations, with our thoughts, with our desires, with our love. So make it your business, love bug, to go out there and manifest what you desire, because you deserve it. And if you don't believe it, then hit me up so I can remind you to believe in you, believe in what you desire, believe in your visions. Believe that the universe is going to show up in full support at the moment your thoughts and your actions begin to align with the imperatives of your soul. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. And this is the Get High on Motivation show. I love you so very much. I hope to see you next week and every single week. And if anything, just one little something resonated with you today, my ask, my request, my desire is for you to share this with someone. Share it on your social media, because the message is for me, the message is for you, and the message is for someone you know. Be happy, be healthy, but most importantly, be you, because ain't nobody out there like you. There's only one you like you. So be it, so that way you can have what you desire, you can do what you desire, and everything else will be good. And then you'll be sending me messages like, Mimi, guess what happened? So I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.